Welcome from Los Angeles. This is Purple Power Live, a live taping direct from Los Angeles shortly after 7 o'clock on a Sunday evening, giving you the latest updates on your second stimulus check, your second stimulus package, and all things stimulus, including that state stimulus check that could be landing in your bank account or in your mailbox very quickly. State stimulus checks are on their way. Confirmed, 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 confirmed. We can say it with a capital C. Confirmed state stimulus checks are being mailed out across the country in certain states and in certain counties. Confirmed as much as confirmed can be. Meantime, we're going to hear about more states sending out stimulus checks this week. Really exciting news. And they will be confirmed throughout the week as well. Then we'll be turning to your federal stimulus check from the Congress, heating up all this week. Meantime, a new bill. I should say a new post-it note, was announced tonight. I won't be covering it. I think it's sort of much of nothing. I detailed it a little bit on Being a Mitch over 2 hours ago, I guess, 3 hours ago. And I used the example of tearing up two post-it notes, and that's basically what they're doing. They're just taking one post-it note and tearing it in half. But on Purple Power Live every night, we deliver an update about state stimulus for you, whether it's a state stimulus check, a rent stimulus, food stimulus, a utility stimulus, or toys for your children around the holidays. We're being simulcast tonight on IG and Instagram, so thank you for the people who are watching us on Instagram as well. And so, where is everyone from tonight? Hello to Tina. Hello to Miss Ashley. Hello to Sandy. Hello to Ermina in the YouTube room. And hello to Tina and Kathy and Anna and Typical and Danielle and Tina and Nicole and Cindy. Hello, Cindy. And then there's Katie, and there's Katie in the room. Katie is checking in. And there's Michelle and Hugh and Sandra and Zachary and Lorena and Kathy. And there's Millie and Miss Ashley, and then Lorena and Naveen and Amy and Simply and Belinda and Larry and Peter. What's going on, everybody? And there's Melissa, and there's Ron, and there's John, and there's Dreamweaver, and Nancy, and Bonnie, and Martha. Hello, what's going on? And there's Charles, and there's Monica, and Jorge, and Sonia, and Typical Mai, and Miss Ashley, and Santa, and Dorothy, and Adrienne, and Margie tuned in, Patrick as well. And in the IG room, we have Louise, and we have Chantra, we have Lahora and Linda and Mission and New Dorian and Deepa and Louise and Soccer Mom and Tammy and Nuther and more. And so where is everyone from? Wait, I just butchered the screen again. Don't destroy the screen, dude. You just started. Where's everyone from tonight? I see Georgia. Where's everyone coming in from tonight? Washington County, Norfolk, Florida, Spokane, Connecticut, Missouri, Virginia, Maryland, Redland, Washington, West Virginia, Indiana, Sacramento, Cali, New York, Massachusetts, Texas, Missouri, Idaho, there we go. Washington, Virginia, New Jersey, Texas, Michigan, Iowa, Arizona, Iowa, Texas. A lot on the mid and the central. There we go, New York. We got some New York, Kansas, Arkansas, Michigan, Texas, Iowa, Northern Cal, Mo, Ark, KY. My lab, Izzy, says hello. Hello, Izzy the lab. Queens checking in. New York. There comes New York in now. Illinois, Arizona, Miami, Virginia, the beach, Kentucky, Florida. What's an IG room? That's an Instagram room. The Instagram room is tuning in today as well. Indiana, Cali, West Virginia, PA. How are you tonight? I'm good. Texas, Packers, Alabama, Calexico, California, Long Island, West Fresno, Louisiana, Nancy's Ice Cream Shop, Maryland, Florida, Iowa, and Oxnard. Hello from the puppies in the Instagram room, Michigan, Florida, Big Bay, San Jose. I love that. Georgia from New York, and there's Detroit Mommy. And then we have Rip from Michigan and New Lenox, DP. And then we have Wisconsin in the room as well, Arkansas, Anaheim, and Tampa. So, wow, we had a lot of people, all different places around the place, around the globe tonight. Anyone international tuning in? And sorry if I missed some international people earlier today. Anyone international tuning in for tonight? If you did not tune in to Being a Mitch, which was Puerto Rico, tune in. Lisa, hola de Puerto Rico. Hola. Lisa's in the IG room. Edith from Colombia. Where's wait? Is Edith from Colombia in the room? I just did I miss her? No, I haven't seen Edith from Colombia in the room. I'm doing good, thank you, Miss Ashley. Uh, Usually, if you tuned in for being a Mitch earlier today, boy, it was very international in the middle of the day, which was interesting because we're more on international time right now on the evenings broadcast. We're sort of, we're picking up. Oh wait, do we have? There's Edith. Cartagena, Colombia. Hey, Edith, good to see you again. We generally pull in the European international viewers around this time because it's the start of their day. Thank you, Queen Lady. So if Texas doesn't get a stimulus check, we have to contact City Hall. Hello from Missouri, Illinois. Pay it forward. Amen. Hello. You look awesome as always. Well, I appreciate that, Rebecca. Thank you so much. Rumor has it we may have a stimulus deal. Rumor has it there's a confirmed state stimulus check coming out to you. So who needs to talk about congressional rumors when there's a confirmed state stimulus check coming out to a lot of viewers? So congratulations to those. So there we go. Well, if more internationals tune in, there's Chef Roberto tuning in on IG. If more internationals tune in, give me a holla and I'll see if I can grab you on the screen. So the big news tonight that you may have caught on afternoon's check is that state stimulus checks will be coming to some of the viewers of this channel. These are state stimulus checks being announced so far. You could expect more next week. More about that in a second, but here you go. Minnesota, $500. Maine, $600. Colorado, $375. New Mexico, $1,200. Oregon, $500. North Carolina, $335. City of Houston, $1,200. Pending. Pennsylvania, pending also. New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, and Delaware. County sending out stimulus checks. Jacksonville, 1,000. Orange, 1,200. Nome, Alaska, also pending. Escambia County, Fort Worth, Gadsden County, and Duval paid in April earlier this year. So all really exciting, great news. What's important to understand when we're talking about these states and these counties that are sending out stimulus checks, one, it's a stimulus check. It really is a stimulus check, like a federal stimulus check. It just has your state's name on it, not the federal government. It's a check you can use for anything you want. It's a state stimulus check. Two, it's confirmed. It is confirmed. There's no questions about it. There's no Nancy sitting at the door, locking the door, not letting the check go out. So this is confirmed. Nancy has nothing to do with these. Third, if you don't hear your state mentioned, don't worry. I will be updating you throughout the week as more states are potentially announced. Don't worry because more states may be announced. I'm announcing everything that I know of so far, and I believe I have the whole list. If more announced, I will announce them. So as I've been using the analogy, this is sort of like Home Depot. All the wood is in the front of the store. There's no extra wood in the back rooms. There's no back storage room that has extra wood. There's no extra state that I'm not announcing that I'm just holding. This is all I know at the moment, but if there are more, I will announce them as they're released. This, of course, is CARES Act 1 money, that unused SBA, that unused PP, that unused CARES Act 1 money that I told you was going to get rolled out by December 15th. Guess what day this is? We're right exactly where I said. Around December 15th, you were going to see all this sort of kicking in really quickly. And ultimately, I understand that some of these states may have restrictions on who get the checks. I understand there's things like that. Also, I know that some of the routing of the checks, I don't know how quickly you're going to get it. I don't know those things as well. But what's really exciting for you is that the states want to give stimulus checks and they're sending them out. That's the first thing. Now, let's turn to uh, stimulus checks for rent, what I call rent stimulus. Again, this is free money. This is free money and it's for rent. So the states and the counties and the cities that are doing rent stimulus are the following: San Diego, uh, New York, Alabama, Atlanta, Harrisburg, Nashville, and then we got all these counties in Georgia. We got DeKalb and Gwinnett. Then we have other counties across the entire state of New York. Reportedly, was supposed to have a big grant program as well, a stimulus for rent as well. That is from that is from your state or county. Then we have organizations who are paying for rent stimulus. These are privates, these are nonprofits, these are religious groups, these are political groups. These are very well established, very well honored and respected organizations who are paying rent stimulus. So if you're waiting for your state to be heard from me in this recording, get a pen and paper, and I will go relatively slow and write it down as soon as you hear it. So I see someone just said Indiana. So write it down when I get to Indiana. I will be mentioning Indiana, for example. So write it down. If you miss what I say, when this video is over, if you're watching it live when it's debuting, then you can watch it again later after it finishes to process, which is about 2 minutes after it's finished. You can watch it taped and just go right back to that spot. So get ready and let's rock and roll. Here you go. Mississippi. These are places paying for rent. Everything is rent unless I tell you. Rent, Mississippi. Mercy House, Home Saver, Salvation Army, or MSHDA, Eviction Diversion. Indiana. It's indianahousing.org or 211. Las Vegas, Clark County Services. Kentucky, for utilities, Kentucky, Community Action. Pennsylvania, United Way. New York, One Shot. Michigan, Salvation Army. Arizona, New Leaf. Georgia, United Way. Mortgage assistance, 877-GET-HOPE from United Way. Delaware, 211. Texas, 211. And when I mean for 211, I mean they're routing you to the organization that's paying for it. Rhode Island, Crossroads, also Rhode Island Housing Authority. El Paso, Project Bravo. HEAP is paying for heating in a lot of places. Texas, St. Mary Magdalene. Kentucky, Community Ministries. New Jersey, United Way. Ohio, Community Action. Massachusetts, Interfaith Social Services. And Phoenix, TCDC. Meantime, the following organizations are paying for rent across the country and in different cities everywhere. So you need to reach out to them. Viewers have reported receiving rent from the following organizations in different cities and different states across the country. They are Community Action, St. Vincent de Paul, Catholic Charities, United Way, Salvation Army. And there you go. So if you are a person who's had a success story and you got money from an organization that I didn't mention on here, tell me, share with the rest of the viewers, because that's always one of the purposes of Purple Power, is that we learn from other people what they have gotten money for as well. Where can I get help if I'm homeless? So homeless is the same situation. So you can get the same type of rent that I'm talking about. Generally, they pay first, last, security deposit. They pay several months of rent. Great question, Kathy, asking about the stimulus checks. So when I started the video, when I was talking about the stimulus checks coming from your states, you don't have to do anything. In the case of stimulus checks, you don't have to do anything. It's everything else you have to do. Rent, you have to do something. Utilities, you have to do something. But just a stimulus check from your state, you don't have to do anything. I received money from the pandemic of love. What does that mean? What does that mean? The pandemic of love? Hello, everyone. Ohio here. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Roy. I think the Indiana site is indiahousing.org. Indiana. It's indianahousing.org. That's correct. New Jersey is getting $1,200 stimulus check. Oh, okay. Is that a new one? I did not hear that. I will look that up. If there is a New Jersey stimulus check being announced, I did not see that on my list. Someone says Indiana Housing Now. I thought it's indianahousing.org, but there you go. Hawaii stimulus perhaps announced tomorrow. Yeah, you're gonna hear a lot of things announced. I don't know when things are gonna be announced, so I don't know. Someone people are asking me, "Hey, is my state gonna be announced tomorrow? What in my state? I just don't know. I have absolutely no. All I know is what's pending. Those are the ones I delivered to you because we hear it because the governors are introducing legislation, or they're negotiating with their state representatives. So those states we actually know about. So there you go. India has indianahousingnow.org. Okay, so the Instagram room says indianahousingnow.org. Hello from Texas. There you go. Anyone else have successes from other organizations that paid your rent from that I did not mention in this video? What if the rent is subsidized by Section 8, Michigan? I don't know. I always said in all these videos that just apply. Just reach out and apply. The worst they can say is no, you don't qualify for it. Is it just New York City or the whole New York City penny for the stimulus checks? The state. You say state stimulus in the mail, or wait a second, what did it say? Or any bank deposit. So the states are all delivering the stimulus checks a different way. Presumptively, they're doing it by mail. So who is this Eugene person in the room? You need to get out of the room. This Eugene person is very distasteful. You need to get out of the room. Um, the state stimulus. Some of them may send it from by mail. Some of them may do by direct deposit. It just depends on the state. I presume they're generally doing it by direct deposit. Excuse me, by mail, not by direct deposit. The organization is called Pandemic of Love. Oh, so someone says Pandemic of Love is paying stimulus. I don't know what they're paying, but sounds wonderful. Pandemic of Love. So there you go. Any other people who have questions? North Dakota. Someone asked about North Dakota. There's stimulus relief from some of the nonprofits. I haven't heard any specific people get rent for North Dakota, so that is sort of a new one. Some Colorado residents got their stimulus checks last month. Okay, thank you. So Lisa says some people in Colorado got their stimulus checks already. Is Dallas receiving a stimulus? So Dallas has rent stimulus, and I detail that regularly on the channel. They're giving out rent and utilities. You go to cityofdallas.com or 214-670-info. One viewer got rent and utilities, got approved last month. Caseworker said they're still working on it. So yeah, Dallas is giving viewers this channel rent and utilities. So very excited. Rhode Island stimulus? Yes, I detailed I first detailed them in pending stimulus checks, but Rhode Island is doing rent stimulus from Rhode Island Housing Authority and also from an organization named Crossroads. Uh, yeah, let me I have a question about that too, because I keep on seeing this. Is Linda Smith part of the community told her to send an email for pandemic grants? No, she is not. Trisha, can you tell me what this Linda Smith said? And let's discuss it right on camera. I'd love to do this because I think this is an example of what's going on out there. So, did someone get contacted by someone named Linda Smith um, regarding contacting her? Debbie, who's Linda Smith? That's my question. Who's Linda Smith? I never heard of Linda Smith. I don't know who Linda Smith is. So the reason why I'm using this as an example is that there are, um, as I've always said on this channel, and other people are saying it everywhere, is that there are people who are running Bitcoin schemes and who are sliding into comments, generally not in a live chat, but more into comments of a video, and they will say something like, uh, I will get you a grant, and then they want to do a WhatsApp chat with you, and then they set up basically a scheme with a scheme to get you to invest in Bitcoin. So I had seen like 5 or 10 comments coming across the screen from someone talking about a person. I didn't know what this was, but there you go. Good evening from Freddie from the Philippines. There we go. Today is G's birthday. Who's G? Oh, and G. Oh, G from the Philippines. Well, happy birthday from G from the Philippines with Freddie. Happy birthday to the Philippines. I'd sing happy birthday, but I don't want to lose viewership. uh, there we go. Well, Evan Phillips told me to contact Linda Smith to get help. Who's Evan Phillips? John Jeffries told me to contact Evan Smith, who told me to talk to Linda Smith. This is why we have a community page. So if you're just joining me, the reason why we have a community page that's just actually on news.lalate.com/community is that you need to reach out to the volunteers. As I've said on this channel before, you need to reach out to volunteers. The worst thing that you can do is say, hi, I'm in despair, help me. Come and help me. I am in despair. I've fallen and I can't get up. I've fallen and I can't get up. Come and get me. And you just sort of post this, I'm in despair message. And slowly these Bitcoin people sort of come around. They're like, oh, someone in despair. Let me go get that person. So what's important to understand is that you need to stay away from anyone who reaches out to you that is unsolicited, because unsolicited people that are communicating to you it could potentially be a Bitcoin scheme. So there you go. My God. What about Virginia? Yeah, Virginia viewers have gotten big rant in Virginia. San Antonio. I would reach out to Catholic Charities or St. Vincent de Paul. I mean, I have El Paso, Project Bravo. I don't know if Project Bravo does San Antonio as well because they do El Paso. Alabama State Housing Authority. Kentucky. Kentucky, I detailed. Kentucky, you got a community action for utilities. And then you got community ministries paying rent in Kentucky. Oklahoma, Idaho. Nothing specific yet about those. Doesn't mean there's nothing there. Nebraska, same thing. What did California get? California get utilities, and some places you can get rent, like San Bernardino County. Just sort of depends. What about state stimulus for Georgia? Not been announced yet. But you have rent stimulus across the state. Oregon, yes. Oh, now it's moving really fast. Maryland. Maryland, they're supposed to have a stimulus check. They had said something about that. That was not on my list, but I remember that. Mississippi, covered early in this broadcast. Ohio, yes, also covered. So why don't I do a repeat? So since I'm 24 minutes into this video, so if you're just joining, state stimulus checks coming out or have come out or in the mail or are pending are the following: Minnesota, $500, Maine, $600, Colorado, $375, New Mexico, $1,200, Oregon, $500, North Carolina, $335, City of Houston, $1,200. Pending: Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, and Delaware. County stimulus checks already coming out: Jacksonville, Orange, Nome, Alaska, pending; Escambia County, Florida; Fort Worth, Texas; Gadsden County, Florida. Duval was already earlier this year. Um, State stimulus, excuse me, rent stimulus that are available right now that you have to apply for. Rent stimulus from your government, from your county, from your state are the following: City of Harrisburg, PA, Nashville, Atlanta, uh, and San Diego, and then counties all across Georgia. Then privates are paying for rent. Here are the privates paying for rent, and the cities and states they're paying for rent in. In Mississippi, Mercy House, Home Saver, Salvation Army, MSHDA, Eviction Diversion. If any of these are going too fast, I say them earlier in this video, so you can watch it again when this video is finished processing. You can watch it on tape, and it's a repeat at the earlier part of this video. But this is for people who are just joining in tonight, late into the video. Philadelphia, they have a $4 million stimulus package they're trying to do. IndianaHousingNow.org, also 211. Las Vegas, Clark County Services, Kentucky Community Action, Pennsylvania, United Way, One Shot in New York, Michigan, Salvation Army, Arizona, New Leaf, Georgia, United Way, mortgages, 877 Get Hope, Rhode Island, Crossroads or Rhode Island Housing Authority, in Texas, 211, in Delaware, 211, also El Paso, Texas, Project Bravo. And then we have the following of these: St. Mary Magdalene for Texas, Community Ministries for Kentucky, New Jersey United Way, Community Action, Ohio's Community Action, Massachusetts Interfaith Social Services, Phoenix, TCDC, and New Jersey for stimulus. And then organizations doing stuff across barriers and in multiple locations, including United Way, Salvation Army, Catholic Charities, St. Vincent de Paul, and I got them all, I think. And there you go. Do you know what the amount will be for Massachusetts? How do we find out if it's not pending anymore? No, I mean, I'm not. I really don't. Yeah, she's right. Message Kelly Evans to book me on CNBC. That's very, very true, because Kelly Evans talked about on CNBC, talked about how second stimulus is now front page news, and it really is front page news because of this channel, because we started CR for stimulus, we started the hashtag stimulus check or shutdown, and now both of those are national agenda, and she's been talking about it and writing about on CNBC. She's at Kelly Evans, she's at Kelly CNBC, at Kelly at CNBC on Twitter. Oregon is going to get $500 for what? The stimulus. I don't know what that means. Florida, yeah, there's Florida stimulus all over the place for rent. Absolutely. Duval, Broward, Miami-Dade, West Palm, Orange. Now, states which I don't know if they'll ever have stimulus for checks. These are the ones I don't think you'll ever see a stimulus check come out. And they are California, Texas, and Florida. I just never see that ever happening. It's too expensive. Stimulus checks are generally for states that can afford them based upon the population. And when we're talking about states like Oregon, for example, no disrespect to any state, but some states are just smaller states. And so when you talk about how many checks Oregon sent out for people $45,000 2019 earnings or less, you'll see that, wow, that's less than the number of people that live in LA County. I mean, it's just, there's not a lot of people in some of these states. And so that's why they can financially afford stimulus checks. But when we're talking about California, Florida, and Texas, I don't see them ever doing a state stimulus check. MSNBC should book an interview as well. I agree. Thank you so much, Rip Mogg. So tweet them and tag them. That's why I'm saying to also tag broadcast news reporters with these videos. It's important to understand that this next few days is going to be it's just gonna be fire and brimstone. It's just gonna be really heated. I don't know if you saw what happened tonight, but I'm not here to talk about negativity, but Massey, no, not Massey, Cassidy and Mackin were apparently, out blabbering today again about how they're going to do this and they're going to do this, and you don't need a stimulus check, and we'll do a stimulus check in January, and you're not important. The businesses are important, the restaurants are important, the banks are important, the hotels are important, the travel is important, but people are not important. And it was just like more of this horrible narrative. And so I'm not going to focus on that horrible narrative. What I'm focusing on are things that actually work. And we know now what really does work is here's some show and tell. Is this? This works. This works. This is a bill from Josh Hawley. And the bill from Josh Hawley, which has been introduced to the Senate floor and is now supported by Democrats, Republicans, progressives, and independents, they're now saying they're going to block anything that comes from this House, anything that comes from the House for the continuing resolution, unless this gets approved. Now, this is stimulus check or shutdown. It's hashtag stimulus check or shutdown. This is exactly what you want to have happen. But you don't want anything missing. And the things that are missing in here are eviction moratorium, mortgage forbearance, PUA and UI, and you want Josh to fix up the language, because the language may suggest that not all adults get a stimulus check. And that's what's important, because Bernie clearly wants veterans to get a stimulus check, clearly wants anyone who's an adult to get a stimulus check. But the language may suggest, not clear it does, but may suggest that only non-dependents get a stimulus check. So there you go. What's going on with Nancy not sending out stimulus checks? Oh God, I don't know. I don't. There's a lot of things that people have opinions about Nancy, which I won't say on air for obvious reasons, but it just, nothing makes sense from her on a daily basis. So I never can rationalize anything she's doing. It just totally makes no sense, anything she's saying. And, on Thursday, she had a press conference and appeared before a poster board and said, people are dead. Bye. It's just like, what was that press conference? People are dead. Bye. See you on Tuesday. And Mitch is responsible for everyone dying. No, he's not. I don't know what we're doing here, Nancy. Without people's money, businesses won't stay open. That's a very good point. But I mean, the bigger, that's a comment from Disgusted in the Instagram room. But what's important to understand is that these businesses have gotten relief before. They've gotten relief before. The hotels have gotten money, the airlines have gotten money. They've gotten the relief before. Any other questions you have about, wow, there's 1,300 people in here. Any other questions you have about state stimulus, about, if you don't know when someone is bothering you, there's a way to click on the person's name, like Eugene's. You click on their name, and there's a button right next to it, and you can press the button called report, and you can report the person. So just click on the little button to report. There you go. It's stuff Nancy says just doesn't make any sense, and so I just can't figure it out half of the time. What's wrong with some of these people? They really don't care. They really don't care. They're paid by lobbyists to do what they're doing, and they really don't care. It's just shocking on a regular basis. So there you go. Other questions you have about your particular state or anything else? SSI recipients in Iowa. So Iowa, when you're looking up for Iowa, just look up for Iowa in general. Don't look up for SSI only. Just look up for rent. Look up, Action Jackson's here. Thank you for joining. Look up for rent just in general, or utilities in general. Don't look up for SSI in specific. And you can find it. Children on SSI under Joe Biden's plan can receive a $200 extra. Ooh, thank you for that information. Anything from Michigan? Cindy, yeah, I did Michigan earlier. If you're just joining me and you're wondering what states have what, you can rewatch this video once it's done. And You can rewatch this video once it's done. And when you and you can go to that place. Michigan, Salvation Army for Michigan for rent has helped people. Any other questions you got? Anything for Washington? Um, I don't have anything specific for Washington. We have one of the volunteers is in Washington, Mississippi. Yeah, Mercy House, Home Saver, Salvation Army. Mercy House, Home Saver, Salvation Army. Also MSHDA, Eviction Diversion. Absolutely. Virginia, yes, viewers have gotten rent in Virginia. DeCabo must be tight. I don't know what that means. Beautiful background. I appreciate that. If you can watch it on after evenings LA, which I think is in the pinned comment or pinned over here. You can see because the live video has different lighting. On the taped show, you can see more of the impact of the background. The background is different than yesterday. It was modified, and I detailed it on Holidays LA today. Salvation Army does help with rent. Florida, most of your counties are still live with rent. And so some of the comments I see on the screen are, how much will my state have for a stimulus check? When will my state have a stimulus check? Don't know. I don't know. Any of those, I simply don't know. Now, in some cases, I don't know because I haven't looked it up. But in other cases, I just don't know. Um, the most you would ever know about something like this is you would look up what's being negotiated between your state legislature and your governor, which is like very, very close local news. It would not be covered on a national level. So, because that's what this goes through. It goes through your state legislature. Mortgage assistance. Melody, I think, just asked. Great question. 877 Get Hope helps with mortgages. It's a part of the United Way. So very great news. Michigan, yeah, Salvation Army. What does pending mean? Pending means it's being debated. It's not law yet. They're trying to get it law. So pending means it's not been formulated, meaning they're negotiating between the legislature and the state. Do you think Las Vegas will give out a stimulus? The city of Las Vegas? Uh, I don't know. I really don't know. I know Las Vegas is doing rent stimulus, and that's Clark County, and viewers have said it's really behind in sending it out. Alabama State Housing Authority, and uh, also Urban League. Texas, a lot of stuff in Texas. Um, Texas was St. Mary Magdalene is paying rent. 1,300 in the room. Yeah, we're heading to almost 1,400 in the room. What do I want for Christmas? Some sleep. uh, yeah. And a haircut. Anything for Chicago? Not yet. Nothing for Chicago. No stimulus check yet in Las Vegas. Waiting for bated breath. Amen. Are you in? Is that's where you are, Land Shark in Las Vegas? Oh yeah, because it's Land Shark Las Vegas. Of course, you're in Vegas. South Carolina. South Carolina. I have something for you for South Carolina. Let's see. Oh, that was North Carolina. Sorry, North Carolina 335. If someone answered me, if I missed it, could you reply it again? I don't know what the question was. Dude, does anyone know if Houston? What was the question? North Carolina stimulus? Yeah, Gridon 335. North Carolina stimulus. Does anyone know if Houston's helping? Yes, Houston. Stimulus there as well. 1,200. How come home care workers aren't considered frontline workers? I don't know. Do you want bacon for Christmas? I want bacon every day of the week. Any stimulus for Louisiana? Nothing announced yet. Nothing announced yet. Does Savannah, Georgia get stimulus? Savannah, Georgia should have rent stimulus because so many other counties of Georgia have it. So I would check on that as well. Illinois. Austin, Texas gave out $2,000 stimulus. Oh, is giving out. Okay, so thank you. So Austin is giving out 2,000 stimulus, so that's a new one. Austin, $2,000 in stimulus. Wonderful. If anyone has anything else to report to add to the list, including rent you may have gotten from an organization which I haven't mentioned tonight, then certainly share that as well. He loves bacon. Manchester, Tennessee. Kentucky. 335 was for last month. It was, what did the person say? What 330? It was only for parents of children. Okay. There you go. Expats on SSDI in Thailand. I think when you're international, it's really hard to get something uh, in receipt. I don't know the nuance of it, but it's really sort of difficult. Thank you for the person for the badge in the oh, James Gionel. Thank you for the badge in Instagram. Very nice. What about anything Connecticut? Yeah, nothing announced yet for Connecticut, but viewers have gotten rent in Connecticut. There you go. All I want for Christmas is a stimulus check in Congress to have their hearts for three sizes. I love that. Well, thank you for tonight's live chat. This is a lot of fun. If you have questions or comments to today's video, drop them in the comments below, and I may answer them in tomorrow's recording. Don't miss Check, which it was released right before this. It's in the pinned comment here. And the Check goes over more about what I covered in this video, so don't miss Check. And meantime, join me tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the 2 early mornings LA shows. As always, stay in touch, stay focused, stay smiling, and stay LA for more.